G'day, this is Mr. Thompson. I'm going to show you quickly how to build a graph of a scientific experiment in Microsoft Excel. So I've got Microsoft Excel open here and let's make up a scientific experiment. Let's just say I've got out my rubber band gun and I want to do an experiment with different rubber bands. Let's just say I've got a blue rubber band, a green rubber band and a red rubber band, different rubber bands, and I want to do an experiment to see which one goes the furthest. So that might sound like a silly experiment, but it'll do for us to learn how to use a graph. So, okay, so the first thing I'm going to do in Excel is I'm just going to type a bit of a title here. So, how far does Mr. Thompson's rubber band gun shoot? Question mark. Okay, let me just fix that up a little bit. I've got a capital there. Alright, good. Now that doesn't look like a title, so let's just pretty that up a little bit. Let's make it bold. Let's make it bigger. Clicking on the bigger font key there, increase font size. Okay, that's good. Alright, so I guess I need a table of some sort. In my table, let's see, I'm going to have, along here I might have three different kinds of rubber bands. My blue rubber band, my green rubber band and my red rubber band. And underneath that I might have different trials how far my rubber bands went. So let's just say, let's start to type some headings in. So my blue rubber band, okay, my green rubber band, like that, enter. My red rubber band, enter, whoop, enter. Okay, that made a bit of a mess, didn't it? I can't read all of that. So okay, here's the easy thing to do. The easy thing to do is just, if I grab the edge of this column here, so not down here, but if I come up to the edge of the B, and I can drag that column and make it wider. There we go, now I can see all that lettering. I can do the same here. There we go, and I can do the same here. So now you can see all those three columns. I can read the title. I might just make them a little bit wider. Okay. Alright, so now under here we want to put some data, don't we? We want to put, let's just say we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trials. I want to do five trials with a red rubber band, with a blue rubber band, 5 trials with a green rubber band, 5 trials with a red rubber band, and see how far each one shoots, and we'll take the average. Okay, so what we really want is we want distance in meters. Okay, but we wanted to do that 5 times for each rubber band. Okay, so let's just say we shot the blue rubber band and the first time it went 5.5 meters. The second time it went 5.6 meters. The third time, oh, we must have had a tailwind. It went 6 meters, 6.0 meters, and let's say the next one went a bit smaller, 5.1 meters. And 5.0 meters. Okay, I've just made up some numbers, but let's just pretend we got those numbers from our experiment. Okay, then we did the green rubber band. Let's put some numbers in there. 3.4, 3.2, 3.5. Oh, big one. Let's say 4.1, and another one 3.0. Okay, then we do the red rubber band 5 times. And let's just go say it's the red rubber bands are pretty powerful ones. So it goes 7.2, 6.8, 6.4, 6.7, and 7.0. Okay, now did you notice something here? When I put 6.0 or 5.0 or 3.0 or 7.0, it didn't put the 0.0, even though I typed in 7.0, it didn't put it. I can fix that. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to select all of those numbers there, and I'm going to, here we go, I'm going to click on numbers. If I click on the little, see this little square down the bottom right hand corner of the number section, if I click on that, in a minute, okay, if I click on that, here it comes, I've got a whole bunch of options here. So if I click on the category number, now it asks me how many decimal places. So at the moment, what I really want is I want 1 decimal place. 1 decimal place, because that's what I've typed in. I've typed in 5.5 and 6.0. So I want all those numbers to show one decimal place. So now when I click OK, there we go. See, all those numbers are one decimal place. Of course, if I wanted 2 decimal places, then I would have specified 2 decimal places. Okay, very good. Now, what I want to do is I want to average each of those. So I want to know what the average distance was that my blue rubber band went. So Excel can do that in a really easy way. What I can do, actually first I'll put a little title here that says average. Okay, and it's the average in meters. Okay, so the average of the blue rubber band. Now what I could do is I could get out my calculator and I could go 5.5 plus 5.6. There we go. 5.5 plus 5.6 plus 6.0 plus 5.1 plus 5.0 equals, and then divide by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that would give me my mean, wouldn't it? So when we talk about averages in Excel, we usually mean the mean. Okay, so there's an easy way of doing that. In Excel, I can just type equals. Now equals tells Excel that we're about to do a formula and we want Excel to do some clever calculation for us. So equals, and I'm going to type now equals average, the word average, open brackets. Now with my mouse, I'm going to click on the range. I'm going to click on all the cells that I want to average. I'm going to select them all. So start with 5.5 and I want to average all the way down. So I'm holding down the mouse key, dragging all the way down. Now I lift the mouse key up. Okay, so now it's saying I'm going to average all of those cells that are shaded in, close my brackets by putting the right bracket in, and then enter. And it's calculated the average, 5.4. Okay, very good. Now, in fact, what I might want to do with my average, I'm going to do this. I'm just going to go up here and I'm going to change my average. I want my average to 2 decimal places, just because an average is, well, an average can sort of be in between those numbers that I've already put in. Okay, I'd like to do the same with the green rubber bands and the same with the red rubber bands. So I could type, again, I could type what I typed in now. I could go equals average and then open bracket and then select the range. I could do all that. See, that would work. Or the other thing I could do, which is even easier, is if I've already put my formula in here once, I can grab this little autofill square. See at the bottom, if I hover the mouse over that little square on the bottom right hand corner, if I grab that and slide that along with my mouse and let it go, well, that's clever. What it's done is it's automatically taken the formula that I put into that square and it's put it into this square, averaging all of the squares above it, and it's also put it into this square. So now I've got my 3 averages. Okay, that doesn't look very pretty. I'm just going to pretty that up a bit. You know what? This is a blue rubber band, so let's make it blue. Okay, so let's do that. Let's put blue there. That's green rubber band, so let's make that one green, and no prizes for guessing what color I'm going to make that one. Red rubber band. Okay, now I'm going to select all of those cells. I'd like those letters to be bold, a bit darker, because they're headings. So I'm going to click the bold button there. Okay, good. Now, you know what? I'm going to make these averages down the bottom. So I'm going to make the averages down the bottom the same. So I'm going to click up here. I'm going to click on the Format Painter. Now what the Format Painter is it paints whatever colors I've got on that cell. I'll click on the Format Painter once, and you can see how it's the little marching ants are going around that square there. So that tells me whatever that square is there, if I click the next square I click on, it's also going to paint that square with the same colors and style as that one there. So watch, click here, there you go. So now this one here is bold and blue. Let's do that again here. Here, I want to click that color, can go there, and click here, that color can go there. Okay, now what else do I want to do? I'm just going to make this look a bit pretty. I like those numbers all the way over the left. In fact, if I select this whole section here, I'm just going to align them. Click on here on alignment, center, just so all the numbers are in the middle of each column. I just sort of like that better. Okay. Now one more thing I'm going to do. I'm going to select that whole section there, and I'm going to make it into a table. So when I print it out, it's got squares. Oh, now actually there's one more thing I'm going to do. Once I've done that, I'm going to select this section here, and I'm going to say I don't want any borders in there because I want all of those are distances. Okay, so now that's sort of worked. I've just got to go and put my squares back into this one, squares back into there, and square back into there. There we go, and I think that's pretty good, eh? Okay, and I might just select the whole table and put one big, heavy, thick box around the whole table. What if I do that? Okay, so that table looks pretty good there now. Look, you might not like that formatting. That's okay. It's up to you how you format it, how you make it look. Make bold there. But try to make it look neat and easy to read. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to graph that data. I want to put a graph in. So what I'm going to do, what do I want to graph? Well, the things that I want on my graph, I want my titles there. So I want my graph to show the red rubber band, the green rubber band, and the blue rubber band. I've got that order wrong, but you know what I mean. And I also want, so I just selected all of those. Now I'm going to hold down the Control key because I also want those numbers. Okay, that's what I want to graph. I want to graph those categories and those numbers. I don't really want to graph all of these numbers here. I just want to graph the averages. Okay, so they're going to be the titles of, I'm thinking, a column graph, and they're going to be the numbers that are actually graphed. Okay, now I'll come over to, let's see, insert. I'm going to insert a chart. So Excel calls a graph a chart. Now there's a whole bunch of different charts I could use. So I could go in there and select a column or a bar chart or one of these spider web thingies or a scatter plot. So there are different reasons you might use different charts, but this, I like this function here, recommended charts. Let's click on recommended charts. Now recommended charts says, it gives me some recommendations. It says, well, you might want to use this type of chart, or you might want to use this kind of chart, or you might want to use this kind of chart. Now you know what? I think this type of chart is the chart that I would prefer. I prefer a column chart with blue rubber band, green rubber band, red rubber band, and how far on average it went up the side here. I like that one. So let's use that one. So I'm going to go OK, and there we go. So it's made a little chart. Now I'm going to just grab the chart with my mouse and move it under here. I can change the size by grabbing the corners as much as I want. Now, what does it say up here? Chart title. We better put in a proper chart title. So let's double click chart title, and I'm just going to select that whole chart title and delete it, and I'm going to type something else in. Let's put a meaningful chart title. You know what? I like the title I've already got. How about we do that again? How far does Mr. Thompson's rubber band gun shoot? Is it going to fit? Yeah, that sort of fits. Actually, if I make it, let's make it a little bit bigger so it does fit. There we go. How far does Mr. Rubber Band Gun shoot? Okay, that looks pretty good. Good. Now, what else do we need in a graph if we want to get full marks in science? Well, over here we've got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What does that mean? Is that millimeters? Is that centimeters? Is that meters? Is that kilometers? That'd be a pretty good rubber band gun, wouldn't it? If it's not kilometers. Okay, so it's meters, isn't it? So we should have an axis title there. So if I come over here to this plus sign, so let's just have a look at that again. So if I click on the chart once, just to select it, and I click on the plus sign, and here's all the things that I can add. So I want an axis title, so I'm going to click on axis titles, and this little arrow over here, what I want to do is I want to click on, let's see, a horizontal. That means a title that goes across the bottom. I don't really want that. What I really want is a vertical title. See, I don't need a horizontal title because I've already got those labels down there, so they're good enough for the horizontal, but I want a vertical title. So let's just click that. Okay, and if I double click here in that title, and let's just delete, use my arrow keys, delete the titles in there. Now I can type another title in there. So the title I want in there is distance, distance, brackets, meters, distance in meters. Okay, it could be helpful if I could spell. Okay, here we go. Distance in meters. Okay, no, I don't want to do enter. Okay, distance in meters, and then I'm just going to click somewhere else. There we go, distance in meters. Okay, that's pretty good. Now what else? You know what would be really nice? It'd be nice if these columns were the same colours as my rubber bands, wouldn't it? Blue rubber band, green rubber band, red rubber band. Let's do that. My blue rubber band that's already blue, so I don't have to do anything there. Now notice when I click on my columns, if I click on one column, see how all the columns are selected? But then if I click a second time, click on the green one now only the green column selected. So what I can do now is I can come over to here on this side, and this bucket says fill and line. So fill, what I want to do is I want to fill it with a different color. So I'm going to click on the little fill twisty there, and I'm going to say I want a solid fill. And what color do I want it? Well, I want it green, so let's pick green. There we go, that looks better. Let's do the same with the red one. So I'm going to click on red. I'm going to come over to fill. I want solid fill, and I want red. Okay, a red rubber band. Okay, how's that? That looks pretty good. I reckon that is a pretty nice looking graph that I could actually put in my scientific report. Alright, so hopefully that shows you then how you can build a graph in Excel.